Hey, welcome. In the last lecture, we created the customer register screen. And in this lecture, we are going to create the customer login screen. Okay, but before then, what we want to do is over here, we are going to have a test widget, which is going to say already have an account. And over here, we're going to have a test button widget. And these two widgets are going to be displayed horizontally. That is from left to right. So to do this, we are going to be using a row widget. Okay. And as you know, a row has a property known as children because it can take multiple children or it can take multiple widgets, which are going to be displayed horizontally, that is from left to right. And the first test widget is going to say already have an account, and this is going to be a test button because it's going to be clickable. So instead of using the test widget and wrapping it with a gesture detector or any other type of button, we can just go ahead and use the test button. And also do has a property known as child, and it's going to be a test and login. Go see this and you're going to see it over. Okay, great. And now within the row widget, it has a property known as main access element, and this is going to be main access element center. And okay, looking great. Really, we do not need to style this. I think this is cool, or probably okay. This is okay. And now we can then create. We can then create. So hopefully, okay. And now we can then create the customer login screen within the hot what's happening. Okay, okay, and within the hot we can then create a new file, and this is going to be login underscore screen end.daf. And we can use a stateless widget, and since we can update it to a stateful widget if there is any need, and login. What's going on? Okay, oh, thought it crashed. And alight and use control and dot in order to import the material dot package. Okay. And in order to have access to some additional, or in order to have access to a lot of property Flutter has, we can then return the scaffold. And within the scaffold, it has a property known as body. And we're going to be using a widget known as column. And the reason for this is we want to have our widget displayed vertically from top to bottom. And as you know, the column can take multiple widgets, so it has its children. And the first widget is going to be a test widget, and this is going to say login customers customers account. Okay, and also we can style this test style, font size of maybe 20, and font width dot bold. Font width dot bold. Print B to make this white. Use Ctrl and S to save. You already know how this is gonna look. And also we can wrap this with the center to take it to the center. And since we are within a row, since we are within the column, it's just gonna take it to the center horizontally. So what we can then do is we can wrap this with, sorry, not wrap, but within the column, it has a property known as main access element and main access element dot center. And this is gonna take it to the center vertically. Remember when using the main access element for the row is only gonna affect it horizontally. But when using it for a column, it's going to affect it vertically. Okay. And now we can have a test form field. And as you know, the test form field has a property known as decoration and then impute decoration. And now we can have a label test, and we want users to be able to log in with their email. Also, we can say enter email or enter email address. And you can easily just copy this and paste. And we want users to be able to log in with their password, so we can say enter password. Enter password. Use Ctrl and S to save. And what we want to do is when we click on this login, we want to go to that uh, login screen. To do this within the function, we can then say navigator dot push. We want to push to another screen. And within this route, it is something known as material page route. And the builder is going to take in just something known as context, which is basically referring to our current stage. And we want to return the login screen. Okay. And also start this and and okay, and click on this. Okay, seems good. Great. And login screen. And now we can wrap this test form field with a padding of I think 13 and also padding of 13. Okay. And now we want to have the button, and we can create this button from scratch. And as you know, within the container, it has a property known as width. And in order to make this responsive, we can first of all get the width of our screen. That is any screen. And to do this, we have to say media query that of context, the size, then width. And we just want to minus 40 from it. And also we can give this a height of 50. Now we can have a decoration. Decoration. And the reason for this is we want to have access to some additional style property the container has. And this is going to be box decoration. Print B to make this wide. And first of all, we can give this a color, colors, yellow, and we can also make this darker by giving a shade of 900 or 800 or whatsoever. And it's going to be very strict. So we want to give a border radius, and this is going to be border radius and dot circular of 10. And within the container, it has a property known as child, and we can just go ahead and use a center widget to center the next widget we want to have within the container. And this is going to say login. Also, we can give this a style and test style. We can increase, or we can just give letter spacing of 5, and we can give a color of colors dot yellow, sorry, white. Press to save. And you should see it somewhere here. Okay, working as expected. And also we can give some space between this upper widget and this other widget. To do this, we can have a size box, and we are given the space horizontally. So this is going to be height of probably 20. And it's going to go a bit to the bottom. Okay. And also over here, we can then have a row, children, test. This is going to say need an account. create an account and a test button. Okay, and this is gonna say register. Sounds good. And also, you can then have the main access element and main access, main access element, the center. But before then, you can see where it is. Okay. Okay.